Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another edition of Orange Ranger Reacts. Hasbro has been in such a giving mood lately, showing us so many wonderful things that they're going to be giving us. And by giving us, I mean selling to us. Capitalism! But, believe it or not, there was one aspect of that gigantic run of Toy Fair news that left Power Rangers fans dissatisfied. We didn't get a trailer for Beast Morphers. We saw a few little clips of footage from the Hasbro booth, but nothing that we were really looking for. Not that long, genuine, including American footage trailer that would really satisfy us. Hasbro did say that we would be getting the trailer before the show's March 2nd debut. They just wanted to give it a little time separate from Toy Fair in order to breathe on its own. Speculation began immediately on when we might see the trailer, with many people pointing at Saturday, February 23rd. You see, Nickelodeon has been airing Super Ninja Steel in reruns, and Saturday was when the show was set to air the finale. What better time to tell kids, hey, next week, brand new Power Rangers at a brand new time? And lo, was it so. Well, the trailer actually came out online around midnight Saturday, but the official version of the trailer, the commercial that had the time on the end and everything, that indeed aired right after Super Ninja Steel's finale. Now, I'm going to say again, I know it's been a couple of days since this actually happened. I just cannot post videos same day with my current situation. However, what the Orange Ranger is really good at is analysis and detail. So let's go ahead and scrub through this trailer frame by frame and see the things that we can notice. Today on Orange Ranger Reacts, the second Beast Morphers trailer. The first shot I want to call attention to comes very early in the trailer and is a shot of a giant construction-themed droid rampaging through the city. This looks like pretty basic footage. Why am I taking the time to point this out? Because it shows us something that I want to point out to people who haven't seen any of Go Busters, so you can be ready for this. The show uses a very Michael Bay Transformers, ironically, style for its Zord fights. Low-angle shots abound. Oh, Hasbro, I really do appreciate your efforts to raise suspense by flashing a bunch of footage at us really quickly. Some of these shots 3 frames, and some of them even just a single frame. The problem is, I'm a video editor. I can single that stuff out real easy. The first sequence here shows us a more generic-looking droid that comes directly from the Sentai footage. The Red Zord fighting that generic droid, a different giant droid, back to the first generic droid in some kind of big hangar bay, an evil robot that has a circle saw blade arm, one frame of the blue and yellow Rangers fighting a ground level droid, a droid with fire and a sparking chest, 2 giant droids attacking at the same time. Alright, on this one, I want to stop for a second and talk about it in some more detail. It's a single frame of Roxy's monster form. I find it interesting for 3 reasons. Number 1, it is yellow, so this seems to be an original suit. Either that or it's recolored footage, but I highly doubt that. Number 2, you can see some Grid Battle Force labeled barrels in the background. 3, and most importantly to me, it looks like there are sunglasses on top of Roxy's head. Now, those may have been an element in the monster suit as well. I can't really remember, to be honest with you. However, I find it important because sunglasses and visors are a rather important aesthetic to this season. So to me, it just lends even more support to the idea that Roxy may have been the Yellow Ranger. Now, you may notice that I just said Roxy's monster form as opposed to the video before when I just called her Roxy. So why make that distinction this time? The next shot that we see. This is our introduction to the main villain, Evox, in his virus snake form. He seems to be speaking to one of his droids and says, "The Morphing Grid is mine!" However, who do we happen to have as standing over there in the background there? That would be Blaze and Roxy, both in human forms. Also, they seem to be wearing some kind of a uniform with 3 colored slashes across the chest. Are these uniforms that Evox made for them? Or are they their original Grid Battle Force uniforms? They look shocked at what Evox is saying, so this could very well be just after they were captured. We then get a couple of quick shots of our Rangers unmorphed fighting against the Tronics. Zoe seems to be using some kind of big stick, continuing the proud Power Rangers tradition of fighting grunts with found objects. Interestingly, after that, we get a couple of back-to-back shots of the Rangers morphed, but then they double back to show us how these Rangers morph. Interesting reveal here as we see Devin hold up his left wrist with some kind of watch that looks like it has a big red jewel on it. Pressing the jewel causes his morpher to materialize. After this, we see the Morph X keys on the show. We have already learned about these from the toys and the morpher, but to explain, Beast Morphers seems to have added an additional functionality to the Go Busters morpher. In this case, the Rangers morph by inserting the Morph X keys into the side with the call of Activate Beast Power. Then, this. When the Rangers morph, they are surrounded by some kind of energy tornado, and stylized graphics of their animals roar out. The bunny looks a little bit silly, but you work with what you have. This is also, by the way, an on-field morph. At first, I was thinking it would transition to the stock footage after this. But full credit to @GingaHerb for pointing this out on Twitter. Yeah, I was scrubbing this thing frame by frame and I still missed something. You'll notice that at the very end of this sequence, the last frame of it before it cuts to something else, the Red Ranger is morphed. So yeah, this is a 100% on-field morph. That is so cool. And just not to mention, this entire sequence is so freaking colorful. You folks remember the Cheetah Beast Blaster? Yeah, that Nerf roleplay toy that we got images of, followed up by seeing it as an accessory for both Blaze and Devin's figures. Well, confirmation that it is canon to the show. It looks to be a finishing weapon that the Red Ranger will use for a Zord finishing move, making it kind of similar to the Ninja Super Steel Blaster. When Devin uses it, a special visor forms over the one that he's already got in order to help him aim. Now, here's a neat little thing that you could easily miss, though. This is obviously original footage because the Cheetah Beast Blaster doesn't exist in Go Busters, but the cockpit looks exactly the same. Could that mean? Yeah, Hasbro rebuilt the Go Busters cockpit, so imagine this. They could use original footage and Sentai footage and have the two blend.
Here are 5 signs you're highly intelligent.
Weird as this is going to sound to say, especially coming from me, the Megazord footage in this trailer is a little bit generic and not really all that interesting. I will say that their Megazord has the Rabbit Chopper Zord on its left arm, and the blades of the chopper, the rabbit's ears, in fact, can form an energy shield between them that can block missiles. And then yes, don't miss Power Rangers Beast Morphers next Saturday at 8 a.m. Or, as the words on the screen say, next Saturday morning 8. The graphics and style seem to convey a glitching computer, so that's a nice touch. And yeah, that's kinda it. This trailer wasn't exactly meaty, coming in at exactly 30 seconds and 4 frames. But we basically saw most of, if not all of, the morphing sequence. We saw Yellow Roxy and both human villains as humans. Hasbro actually made it worth it to scrub through this thing frame by frame. So, the good. Like I said in my Hasbro video, this show looks absolutely gorgeous. The colors are all really bright and pop out. The visual morph effect with the energy cyclones there, that is the most visually impressive morph effect we have gotten in a long time. I love that the Cheetah Beast Blaster is a real weapon on the show, which actually gives kids a reason to want to buy the roleplay toy, and it's neat to see it with the figures as well. And the fact that Hasbro rebuilt the Sentai cockpit so they're not wasting Sentai cockpit footage and can make original cockpit figures and cockpit footage that's original and uses those weapons and stuff, not only is that really cool, but it just showcases a level of effort and love that's getting me really hyped. My only real critique of this trailer is something that doesn't even really specifically apply to this specific trailer itself, but Power Rangers trailers in general, especially on Nickelodeon. It's just kind of generic. The voices, I think they are the real actors this time, but they're just all delivering these peppy one-liners, and it just didn't feel unique. It actually took a little bit of energy away from it for me because I wasn't getting a real sense of who the Rangers actually are. Overall, this just raised the hype levels even higher. This show looks visually impressive with a lot of original elements added and original footage used. I'm excited, heroes! That is going to do it for another Orange Ranger Reacts video. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching. Down in the comments below, let me know, what did you think of this trailer? What's the one thing that stood out to you most? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure to smack that thumbs up button. Let me know that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and ring the bell. Get your notifications set up so you're notified whenever I post special videos like this reaction video for the trailer. These aren't scheduled videos, so you need to know when these are going to pop up. And if you'd like to lend any financial support to my channel, there are two ways that you can do so. You can head over to ko-fi.com/orangerangervideos, buy me a coffee. Those are set at $3. I greatly appreciate those. To donate less or a different amount, head on over to digitaltipjar.com/orangerangervid. Toss whatever little tip change you'd like in that jar. I'm grateful for anything that lands at either of those sources. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. Now, you may notice that I just said Roxy's monster form as opposed, I knew that was coming. And then yes, don't miss Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Instead of just designing their own completely for all original Zord footage and wasting some, yeah. I love that the cheetah